Good night, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Island Fans. We're here with Moy. I'm here tonight. We have Jamal. We have Kima. That's if I'm pronouncing it right. Kima Ryan to the carpet. Hashtag Gunjam boy. How are we doing tonight, fellas? Jamal.
Doing all right. Doing all
What's
right.
going on? I'm good. I'm good. Is
So
Guimaraes to the carpet?
okay. I know you had to make the corrections to it because
Yeah,
we
man.
all know these Arsenal carpet talks right now is a big thing. But we're gonna just kickstart it. Let's just start off. We're gonna have some transfer talk, or we're gonna just start off with an FA Cup because we had the FA Cup weekend. So we're just
Mhm.
gonna just scan through some of those. I know it was a lot, so now we haven't gotten to pay attention to all those. So we just scan through the most important ones they about. Let's start off with the one today. United versus Aston Villa.
Aston Villa.
Yeah, if anyone saw that, y'all can just give your remarks about how y'all felt about that game.
United should have lost that game, to be honest. Um, I saw most of it, and they were outplayed by Villa, heavily outplayed by Villa, and wrongly so. Had a I don't know if yes y'all saw the VAR that they took. They took about 3 minutes to disallow a goal. Um, so the goal scored. Then they checked for offside. There was no offside. They checked for a handball. There was no handball. And then they brought it all the way back for a foul that wasn't really a foul, just to allow United to keep the 1-0 lead. Because what's his name? Danny Ings put the ball in the back of the net after what was it? A free kick. And yeah, they just decided that they didn't want Aston Villa to get a goal. They were the better team though, by far.
So Joe, you got to saw the incident and what happened on that particular play.
Actually, no, I didn't see the internet, which is why I didn't say anything. I saw Jamal tweeting about it. That's actually how I knew about it because I was watching the game and then I think I stopped watching at like the 60th minute to go back to get some work done. And then I saw Jamal tweeting. But then at the time, I didn't find any videos or anything on Twitter and I haven't checked again since. And then
So it
actually, it's
was
not even just Jamal. There were quite a
uh,
few people. Even Risa, even Risa was saying that you know it was a
Yeah.
goal.
Yeah.
So, and she's a United fan, so sounds like it was really, yeah.
Yeah. They really did them dirty in that
uh
one.
I mean, it was that kind of play, as Jamal said. They got a free kick, so the ball whipped in, and
Hmm.
Cavani was trying to go to mark the player that was running the back post. And to put it in basketball analogy, let's just use Jamal. Jamal kind of set a pick on Cavani
Hmm.
and kind of impeded his run. I can see why it's called because I think after that one, I think it was the right call for me personally. But I don't know why they stayed so long on these other calls. Like, if that's the first incident, why did you skip that play?
To go
Then
all the
go
way.
to
Yeah.
see if it's an offside and
Hmm.
whatnot. They stayed like at least a good 3 minutes, whether seeing if Ollie Watkins touched the ball or not. And I mean, by far watching the replay, I don't even think anybody can say that whether he touched it or he didn't. So they stay too long on that call for me.
Okay, but I mean, even without those, boss. Honestly speaking, even without those, I still think Aston Villa is to blame that they lost because they didn't take the opportunities. They were the better team for the 60 minutes of football that I watched. They were
Yeah.
the better team. Even the ball in from Fred,
Yep.
it was kind of wishful. He just kind of whipped it in, and then luckily what's his name McTominay got his head on it, and it was a good finish. But even the ball, it just looked like Fred was is as if Fred just said, "Yo, people in the box, let me just whip it," and he just whipped it in, and it's good.
So,
Because
across.
apart from that, they really didn't
Yep.
create anything. Rashford was terrible
Yeah.
today as well. And even the game over, Bruno had an awful game for the
Yep.
most part from what I saw. But then the thing is too, when you were checking it out, what's the name? Aston Villa. Aston Villa was doing everything right except in the final third. Every time
Hmm.
they got to the final third, they just destroyed their play. There was some miscommunication. Maybe somebody, for example, there was one time where I think Target thought um that Ramsey was going to shoot, but then Ramsey slipped the pass. instead. So
Yep.
then the ball just went out. And then apart from that, the best chance was the Ollie Watkins chance that he cut in on
Yeah.
and Lindelof
Yeah,
and
that
hit the
was it.
crossbar. I actually thought that when I saw him getting, I was like, yo, goal. And I saw them hit the crossbar. I was like, yo, United were real lucky today,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, we just see some of the fans in the comments, we just skipped to and saw some of them, Scale Jahil in the comments tonight. Good night to them. And they both disputed and saying that it was a foul on the Cavani. You know, but that's my only point. If that was the first incident, why
Why
skip
didn't they
it
go back there?
and
Yeah.
and go to something that happened later down, like the last play before the goal happened. But all in all, they go to with a good result on to the fourth round,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to play Middlesbrough on the 5th of February. So we'll see how that one goes then. You know.
Yeah,
So then we'll. Uh,
hopefully, we can have a Balogun winner. That'd be
you
that'd be
know,
sweet.
I know, I know the Arsenal fans would love to see that one. So talking about Arsenal, the two Arsenal representatives here, it wasn't a good one over the weekend. Um, let's just talk about this. I mean, magic of the FA Cup right here, just starting. Nottingham one, Arsenal one, Arsenal nil.
A smash and grabbing, as you would call it.
Facts.
What
Facts.
what went wrong in this game,
Bro,
fellas?
we just played terribly.
Yeah, honestly,
That's
that's.
how you play it down.
I don't
Misplaced
think there's
passes.
much to explain. Like Jamal said, I don't think there's much to go into detail to any of that. We were just awful. Yo, I don't know what was going on. Like they just did. Yo, I think the biggest thing was the midfield. Like there was no sort of like nobody was on the same page in the midfield. Because like
Uh,
oftentimes you would see Holden would step up with the ball, and then there's the entire midfield is empty because Patino gone left and Sambi is either deep or way out wide, and then Odegaard is playing like a center forward position, so he's way further up, more to the edge of the box. So there's nobody in that gap to play the ball to. And then Patino, for me also, when Arteta um subbed him to bring on Lacazette, for me,
uh,
it's one of the two things. You either make that Patino sub earlier, because to be honest, Patino was kind of a passenger for most of the game.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything outrageously bad or anything, but he just wasn't in the game. It was almost as if he couldn't keep up with the pace because he just wasn't on the same page as the other players. Because like by the time he found the space, he realized what was happening. The play had already gone past him. So then for me, it was one of two things. You either take Patino out earlier and bring in Lacazette. No, well, yeah, you either take him out earlier and bring in Lacazette so he and Eddie can link up and whatever. Or for
mhm.
me personally, I would have left Patino on, sub Eddie and bring Lacazette. Because then with Lacazette there, I think Patino would have been able to play freer in a sense, as opposed to having to be that central midfield that is required to, be there to cut out the passing lanes and all of that. I think
Yeah.
with the Lacazette there, he would have had more freedom and maybe he could have gotten into the game. But all in all,
Yeah.
boss, yeah, we were awful. And even the goal, it was from a mistake. But then I saw some
I'm,
of them.
I'm assuming that goal is because of the Spence, because I didn't watch the game. I went to sleep thoughting that
Yeah, the
Arsenal would have
goal
won.
was from I think there was a mistake from Sambi Lukanga.
Yeah, he gave the
Uh,
ball away.
Yeah, and then they scored from it. But then my thing is too, I couldn't even really be hard on him because to be honest,
Nobody
for
was
a
showing
big part of the
performance.
game, he was one of our best players.
Yeah.
Because he was
yep.
because of the fact that Charlie Patino was such a passenger, Sambi was basically the one handling the entire midfield. And then every time Rob Holding or Ben White made a mistake, Sambi was the one there to clean it up, to stop it from going through, to being a chance.
Ja, I seen Jahil's, Skill was saying earlier that Spence was a beast. I guess he
Yeah.
was one of the players that
No, he was good.
dominated
He was
the
good.
game against Arsenal. And then you seen Jahil here saying that it was a handball. Two questions to Jamal. One, did you think it was a handball? And I noticed that Tavares got subbed early, if I was correct. I think that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
is that a whole situation to be talked about, or that we can just throw water on it and don't worry about it?
Oh gosh.
Look, I was cooking while watching this game, so I can't actually say if it was a handball or not. I saw it hit a hand, but then when I heard it, I hear everybody saying his hand was by his side, so it's not. You can't give a handball
Mhm.
for that. But I also heard the other side saying if there was VAR in the stadium, they would have brought it back and had a look at it at least. So it would have left to the interpretation of the referee, which, given our history, always goes against us. So I can't even
Agenda.
argue with that. It would have not been given as a handball if they scored, but if we scored, it would have been the other way around. So there's that. Regarding Nuno, I like I said, I was cooking while watching the game, and all I didn't hear Patino's name. I heard everybody else's name on the pitch being called by the commentator, but then I hear Nuno's repeatedly, and then when I look to see why he was subbed off, I see him misplace about 5 or 6 passes, and also nearly put the ball in the back of his net
In the back of the net.
from the sideline,
Yeah.
and put us under pressure unnecessarily. So it was a deserved sub, but
Mhm.
I do think he could have used some encouragement or talking to, because unfortunately, what happened was all these instances happened right in front of Arteta. So I think that's what made the situation worse for him. If it was the other side of the field, I think he would have had a chance until halftime at least.
Mhm.
But I do think Arteta needed to speak to him because he made a bold call like that, and then we lost the game. So,
So then, yeah.
If he had spoken to him and said, "Look, play safe passes, play with your strong foot all the time, get into halftime, and then give him better talk," then you can say, "Okay, this is what needed to happen." But honestly, I think he should have waited till halftime and then sub Patino off because Patino was a passenger for most of the game, and that's a detriment.
Boss, this man, this man was running into space. So, Moy, the ball is on the left hand side of the field, right? And Patino
Yep.
is just in the midfield, like he doesn't know what to do. And then, like, he gets into a pocket on the left hand side, but by the time he gets there, the ball is already out to Saka on the right wing. And I'm like, yo, the pace
So,
is real. The pace is
so is
really ahead of this kid.
so is that the case that he was struggling to get into the game, or it was a case that Arsenal, or yeah, he was struggling to get into the game as a youngster?
Yeah,
I,
I think so.
Yeah, I think, and I think it's mainly because of the pace of the game.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Because Forest weren't sitting back. Like every time they got the ball, they just came at us, like quick. Especially down on that side with Spence, they just kept coming at us. Because the only one good thing I will say, even with Patino, quite a few times it was Patino and Gabriel. It was Patino and Gabi that actually saved Nuno because Spence was just going at him, and it really wasn't a competition because almost every time he went at him, he got past him. And even when Tavares got the ball, most times he just gave the ball straight back to him. Like Jamal said, bro, when he played that pass to
Leno.
to Leno, I swore this man was trying to score. I was like, yo, what is this man doing? Yo, I was holding my heart. I was like, no way. This is
we
a
see.
point.
Go ahead.
Cedric was terrible.
Yeah,
that's the
Cedric is playing against Arsenal. And
Yeah.
I think I saw in the group also that I think Shaq was the one that mentioned good night to Shaq. Another Arsenal representative has just arrived. We'll hear his 2 cents, after this. I think Shaq was the one that made a comment saying that most of the creativity came from the back line.
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
White.
Yeah.
And
Ben White and
Holding.
Holding had the most touches in the game. I think like about the 75th, 80th minute when they brought up that stat, it was Ben White, Cedric, and what's his name, and Holding had 80 something touches. Oh, the top 5 touches in the game. And even what bothered me, sorry, good night, fellas.
Mm-hmm.
What bothered me is that we're chasing this game And late in the game, I still see Holding and Ben White passing the ball behind there with themselves.
Yeah.
Nobody can
Yeah,
go long. Something.
we
Try
got it
something.
through. We got it through on like the 90th or 88th minute or something, and them guys threw the ball back to the center backs, and then were behind there passing the ball around between the two of them. And I'm like, yo, what the urgency? Like,
Yeah.
what's happening? I just ended up turning off my TV. Because the thing is, no, I had a 3 o'clock appointment to go somewhere, right? And
Here the boy. Here the boy.
stayed. I missed the 3 o'clock appointment to watch this game now. And then when I look and I see it's like 3, and these man behind there passing around the bar. Yo, I just turned my TV off and left bars.
Yeah.
But then the point Shaq made about them pulling down Ben White. If we had VAR, I think we would have gotten a penalty there. Because the man literally grabbed Ben White's shirt.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, fellas, do you think that since you can't have VAR in the competition holistically, you think it should be scrapped? Yeah, it's only available at Premier League grounds.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm saying it can't be for everybody. Then why not just scrap it?
Out on a whole. So it's available at the Premier League.
Only Premier League ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was watching I think it was a City game and a call happened and they said it wasn't no VAR. And then the game today, I was like, let's take it to VAR. So I was shocked. I thought the VAR on the whole was just scrapped from the FA Cup because everyone doesn't have it.
Isn't that unfair though? Shouldn't it just not to be allowed at all?
That's my point.
Yeah. I mean, you guys,
I'd stand on it not being allowed if it's only half, because like today only benefited United, whereas it could have benefited us yesterday. So that's a bit. I don't know. I don't think they have VR in the lower league, so I think that's why they don't have it there.
They don't. Yeah, they don't.
So
but sorry, go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
What are you saying? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Mo. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So what Jahil comments, he's saying, Joe, listen VAR, rule out Villa goal. And to just touch on the a last point on the whole Arsenal game. Arsenal knocked out of the FA Cup. I wouldn't say it's a good thing for y'all, but more focus on the Premier League. How y'all see y'all going from there on? What?
Well, after this month, we'll find out. But that's where all the eggs are in the basket at the moment.
Facts.
And the thing about it, Jamal and Jodia, we have 18 games left in the Premier League, and potentially we have two. Well, we have two, so that's 20. Possibly the most games we can play this season for the rest of the season is 21 if we make it to the final of the Carabao Cup.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm looking at now is, yes, I know some of our players are out, but I didn't know that we would have been so short. When I looked at that team yesterday, I was like, yo, Partey's not here. Shaq is out injured. We just look short all over the place. Smith Rowe is out.
Yeah, COVID. Because I heard some people saying he had COVID. I heard some people saying he's injured.
Shaq have COVID and
Oh, isn't this like the second or third time this one has got COVID? And I heard that apparently in the media, I heard that apparently he's one of the anti-vaxxers.
Yeah, well, that's the last thing I heard too.
Oh, okay, so it's not me alone.
No.
Hey, look, I mean, boy, we can make a push, We can make a push. It's gonna be a tough month because if Shaka, I know Shaka is much maligned, especially with my fellow Arsenal fans here. I know Shaka is much maligned, but man, we miss Shaka. And we can't afford to have Shaka out.
Come here, control shade, no.
We can't afford to have Shaka out while Partey's out too. That's all I'm saying.
We won't get close to the Xhaka slanders yet. We'll say that for when we reach to the transfer aspect, and we can say if he's selling for a tin of milk, just giving away for free.
Yo, Xhaka was visible yesterday, Shaq. I'll give you that 110%. Because then when you go from Granit Xhaka to Charlie Patino, bro, it shows. And then yesterday is the perfect kind of game for Ainsley Maitland-Niles. But Ainsley got Roma. Ainsley was playing yesterday too. So,
But yo,
boy.
just before we come off of this topic, I was at
Uh-huh.
Nottingham Forest in early December as well. I was at their stadium, and I think the crowd yesterday was fantastic. But I was speaking to the commercial director when I was there, and he was saying that they have a really good chance of getting back into the Premier League this season. But he said that the fans are unbelievable. They come even when they're scrappy and playing at the bottom league table, and they're singing their hearts out. So you could even see it yesterday. Like they were singing to the top of their voices, and then obviously they sang that song to us saying we're European champions. You'll never be something like that. But it's just crazy, just amazing to see. Like I was there, and then seeing this happen, that was just fantastic to see, I'd say.
Oh boy.
I know. Just to jump to the comment section, we see the fans calling for the Spurs game to talk. We're going to touch on that Spurs game. If anyone's seen it, I didn't really get to see any much about it because you can't really keep up on all these FA Cup actions throughout the weekend. But main topic, Arsenal put on white, they turn into Spurs, but then Spurs won their game and it's through. and it's through to the next round, FA Cup. So I don't know who got to see it. I can make any brief comments on that if anyone watched the game actually.
Nah,
I
never.
I don't have the data to waste.
I didn't watch
I
it.
saw the highlights in the night. I mean,
Spurs
who
had-
watches
I-
Tottenham though?
I didn't even watch the highlights. Like
I know they were
That's-
down. They were
that's fair
down. They
enough.
were
Yeah,
down. They were down first, and then they came
and
back.
They came back, yeah.
They had to bring on Harry Kane. And
So to just swing through some of these important results, I would say Tottenham won 3-1. Liverpool beat Shrewsbury 4-1 after Liverpool went down early, and then
in the back here.
Liverpool just did what Liverpool had to do. And then it was just the Chelsea game, Chelsea Huddersfield. I mean, chest against Chesterfield. Yeah, that was a good game. There was a topic saying that if Tuchel has finally find the right role for Ziyech or Ziyech, however his name is pronounced, for him to flourish in his new system now. I don't know if you all noticed that to say if there's any changes on his play style.
I didn't watch the game intently like that, so I really don't have a comment.
yeah, likewise.
I guess recently he's been playing more and more in the team, so I think he's put him into a position where I don't know if he's playing a back. I think he's playing a back three now that Chilwell is not in there, but I think they've just given him a bit more license to do what he needs to do. But I don't think it's just finding a system for him. It's getting him game time because he wasn't playing a lot recently. So now I think he's getting game time. He's coming up to form, and now he's able to play better, is what I could say.
Sure.
Fair enough. I will just jump to my game. Man City beat Swindon 4-1. The main talking point basic from out of that game, Cole Palmer, I mean, it's not really of an, worthy opponent that we were saying that no disrespect to the team, but he put out a very good
All
performance.
disrespect. Don't come with that. Don't come with being trying to be
No,
politically correct.
no,
No disrespect to the team.
You can't disrespect
You
the
go out
team
to
like
play
that,
this
man.
little triple team, and you walk with Kevin De Bruyne. You walk with all them Monday, and then the time with no disrespect, get out of here.
Hey,
Cancel
in all
also.
honesty,
Yo.
in all honesty, right? I did not know who we were going to play in that game because there were like 7 first team players was out, including Pep, and we didn't have no idea who it was. And I saw the team, I was like, okay, it's not that bad because you're looking at a strong team. It's like what? Cole Palmer, Kevin De Bruyne, Rodri, all these people still playing. We got to see a glimpse of Kaiki, Monchi's upcoming favorite Brazilian that is coming out of the City rank. So yeah, so that was just the topic. City is 2-4-1. I'll say one of the biggest ones over the weekend was Newcastle and Cambridge. Shocking result, Cambridge with a 1-0 victory. Trippier first game, not a good start. Magic of the FA Cup once again.
Yo, I actually didn't expect Trippier to start that game. I was a bit surprised that they just threw him straight into the game. He seemed quite off the pace for a lot of the game, to be honest. And then the worst part about that game, right?
Joelinton.
So, not even Joelinton. The worst part about that game was that I saw parts of it because I was like watching it in stages while I was playing Ultimate Team. And I was like, boy, Newcastle really will make Cambridge knock them out. And then and then we get knocked out the following day.
Yo, let me make a little confession. To be honest, guys, when I saw after church day, I saw Tottenham was down. And but I said in the Island fans, yo, watch Tottenham do some waste thing. I'm gonna say, you will shut him out, boy, you play 110. I'm gonna say, okay, what was cool. And then lo and behold, boy, you see that guy, we just say, I said, I really get blow for real.
Oh boy, that's crazy.
So it's just to see where we go from there. The next rounds of the FA Cup is on the 5th of February. We start from there and see what it can go there. We see Jail saying, "Oh yeah, Liverpool getting investigated." I think Jamal was the one that sent this in the group, and you see he's also saying that they have a false positive COVID test. So Jamal, you can just expand on that for us about what is going on at the moment.
I think they had 9 COVID tests that came back positive out of the whole group. And apparently 7 or 8 out of them were false positives.
False positive.
What I've been reading is that it's very unlikely and unstatistical to get 8 false positives out of 9 of a 99% accurate test.
Mm-hmm.
So what they think is that Liverpool have been just pulling false positives to get games postponed. And now they're, being investigated, and a lot of other clubs are pitching on to check on that investigation for Liverpool, because that would be cheating, rightly so, and they could forfeit that tie and maybe even forfeit the second leg as well. But what they're also calling for is for them to be docked points in the Premier League for cheating.
Oh, no, yes.
So we are awaiting to see if they're actually going to get investigated. But what you have to keep in mind is that Liverpool are English darlings at the moment. So don't be surprised if this just gets brushed under the carpet and then they say, okay.
True, fair.
But we'll see, because now Xhaka has COVID and we have to face them twice without Xhaka. All right?
And we have people out in Afghan.
Yeah, they too. We were supposed to play them without our players and without their players too. So that's not an excuse.
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, the thing is, no. When Xhaka tested positive, when was it? Saturday?
Yeah.
So when do we play them?
We play them Thursday.
Thursday, and then the following.
Xhaka could be back before the game.
Not the first game.
No, because then the last game we played was when? Was Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I heard he was missing from training on the Friday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's the earliest time.
Yeah.
And I think it's 10 days. I think it's 10 days, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's 10 days.
But Jamal, do they still test you if you have COVID before the 10 days?
Yeah, they do. Because then if you get 2 negatives, you should be able to go.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
so I'm sure Arsenal, Arteta and them will probably test Xhaka about 40 times.
Are we hearing some people want Xhaka to actually play? This is unbelievable.
That's what we looking. Is that Superman to the rescue?
We need him for the system.
Don't do this, because both me and Jamal have spoken about the importance of Granit Xhaka.
We've
also spoken about in the system precisely. But we've also spoken about the fact that it is time to move on from him, because he makes the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And guess what, Shaq? If in 2023 Granit Xhaka is still here, guess what we'll be talking about? Another Granit Xhaka mistake. Just say.
But we'll also be talking about how integral he is to the way we play.
Listen,
But let's hope we're not. Let's hope we're not.
Without the mistakes. You understand? Xhaka is like, yo, Xhaka like them girl tell you have to love them with them flaws. Can't deal with that, boss. Can't deal with that.
Jack, at the moment, he doesn't even look like he winning this Xhaka debate. You know, and if it was
No.
up to Joe, if it was up to Joe and Jamal as these Arsenal representatives to control transfers, you know, we're
No,
looking at
more.
Xhaka.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with them, and we've spoken about it. I do agree that we need an upgrade on Xhaka, but until that upgrade comes, I just want them to say, "Yo, Xhaka is necessary for the way that we play."
Okay, yes, he's necessary.
Until we get that upgrade, that's all.
But Shaq, we've always said that. But the man,
And at the slightest, no, and I think we're too short. There's a short fuse. Yes, he has probably earned it. But sometimes, man, the man on a 4-game stretch where he played well, and I'm saying he had a bad game on the 5th, and then we thought, yo, get Xhaka up, but hit Xhaka no what?
Bro, the minute Xhaka has one good game, now me start holding my breath now. waiting for the mistake.
It's coming. It's gonna be a big one when it comes.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. The longer the run of good games, the bigger the mistake.
So let's jump in. Let's just jump into the okay. Jai, he's saying Xhaka would be good in our midfield, you know, and he can dictate play and control the game, and Ralph would like him. You know, Jahil just giving his opinion on Xhaka. Akani coming here saying FA Cup losing its magic, huh, Shaq? You know, so that was from the past show. And see what we were talking about. You know, so let's just jump into some transfer aspects, you know, of the show. We're talking about Xhaka and Arsenal, and we're just going to hit on the person that Joe is dedicating his name to. Bruno Guimaraes, if you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Guimaraes. I think it's Bruno. Oh, you know what? The Brazilian Bruno. Let's just stay that way.
Okay. The Brazilian Bruno from Lyon. You know, is he the Granit Xhaka replacement, or is he a boost to bolster that Arsenal midfield?
Bro, that's a replacement. Actually, if you say Granit Xhaka replacement, I think you're disrespecting Bruno. Yeah, check. That's an upgrade. That's a huge upgrade.
Come on, Joe.
Yo, it's true. Yo, listen. I have no hate for Granit Xhaka. That's the thing, though. People think I hate.
You do.
I don't hate the man. I don't hate the man because I've come in here and defended this man when he's gotten those unfair red cards and all of this all the time. I don't hate Granit Xhaka. I just think he needs to go. Quite frankly, I think that since the whole incident with him and the fans and the Unai Emery and so on, I think since way back then Xhaka should have never played another game for Arsenal. But then in comes, you know, my manager Arteta and convinced the man to stay when the man wanted to leave. For what? I don't know.
Because he's important to his system, and there's not many left-footed.
True. Yes,
midfielders.
Granit Xhaka is one of the important pieces to the jigsaw.
Here's the thing. You know, I would keep Xhaka, but I just don't want him. I just don't want him as my starter. Xhaka, I do not want Xhaka to be.
I can get behind that statement. I can get behind that statement.
I would keep him. No, I would keep him as somebody to bring off the bench. Honestly speaking, you check because he has all everything. But I just do not want Xhaka as my main midfielder.
Okay, so question there. So we were looking at the Xhaka role be similar to what Fernandinho has in the City squad at the moment. He still needs his leadership around the squad, but he's not starting every single game.
Yeah, for me,
that's how we're looking at.
Yeah, for me personally, yeah, put him on the bench, give one pump and make he tap over there, call out the play, and cheer for the man and them and say, hey, good job, lads. When Arteta can't get the pep talk, they give Xhaka the mic and Xhaka give the pep talk. And when things brown,
You're going so good.
because here,
That's
if you bring on
disrespectful.
if you bring on Xhaka, right, in the 60th to 70th minute, you're good now. Because on average, you know, it takes him about 40 to 50 minutes to get the red card. Yeah. So if you bring me on in the 70th, you're
Joe,
good.
you are full wilding tonight, bro.
And then the fans will warm up to Xhaka because then Xhaka will go on this ridiculous extended period where he doesn't have a mistake. But what the fans won't realize is that Xhaka is only playing 20 to 30 minutes a game. You check? Problem solved. Problem solved.
Right, you start him, but you hook him on like 25 minutes, like how we took Nuno off.
Yeah.
They call me like an ultimate team. You just put it out for the chemistry.
Just to start the game.
Yeah, that's good. That's good acting right there.
But I think you know, yeah, I see Saudi and I see we talking about the Brazilian Bruno, and whereas I like him and I think he's experienced too. But I'm even looking at that Danilo kid. The only reason why I wouldn't bring him in right now is because I don't think we need another young man right now in our period. For right now, I think we need to sign somebody today so that they'll be able to play on Thursday. So that if I'm supposed to choose a midfielder, why not even Douglas Luiz from Aston Villa?
He's a good show.
That's a show. Yo, honestly speaking, you know, I know who I still want to know, but the man care out them price. I hear Brighton want 50 for Bissouma.
Ooh, Bisou, yeah.
Yeah,
that's all they quote, you know. That's all they quote.
That man want 50 for Bisou, dog. You check? Because Bisou would be a good fit. You check? Yeah, O'Neal, this is facts. Xhaka is the best CM at Arsenal. That is a fact. But then that also says a lot about where the club is. just saying.
Couldn't you have given Xhaka the good statement right there and just leave it? Leave it right there.
No. Listen, we're all about transparency on Island fans, okay? And yo, Bisou is worth 50. Yo, honestly, no, maybe yes, no, because you're not just paying for him and his quality, you're also paying because of his age. And you're going to for a player like Bisou, you're also playing for. When you're paying for players that young, you're also paying for not what they are, but what they could possibly be in the future, potential. So it's not a bad buy. And then I'm hearing the whole Guimaraes deal for Bruno. I hear Bruno deal. I hear that Leon very strong with their price. Them man say 45. Then don't talk to us. And I don't see Arsenal spending that $45 million.
It's the same reason why they still have our.
Yeah, especially in the January window. If you don't give these clubs the exact asking price, you really ain't gonna get nobody because hardly any players move in January unless they really want to.
Yeah, because if you're coming in January for a player that is important to my squad, then you need to be talking money. You give me what I ask for, I'll go about your business. And so you can't really be vexed with them because roles reverse, Arsenal would be doing the same thing. So
should be doing.
Well, should. Sorry, I apologize. Should be doing the same.
Let me ask Jamal a question there, Moy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Jamal, would you say that where do we need to strengthen more? Because yes, I still see every morning I wake up, we still being linked to Vlahovic, a striker, centre forward. Wouldn't you say that the midfield is we should strengthen the midfield first before we strengthen up top?
Agreed, but I do think that if we wait till summer for Vlahovic, we might.
It won't happen. Yeah.
So and they'll know that we need a striker at that point because Lacazette is out the contract. We might even sell Aubameyang early in the window or even this January, and that asking price could go up by 50%. So I do think now would be the best time if you can put the money down for him and get him. But like you said, a midfielder should be a priority. Because we're very thin in midfield at the moment.
So you think if we get the midfield, Jamal, we can probably you think we're good? We can just play it out until the end of the season.
Yeah.
If you could only get one.
Yeah, I'd go for the midfielder.
For the midfielder, okay, yeah. Okay.
Fair. Another quick one there for Jamal.
You'll still be paying a premium in the summer anyway. So you just have to. prepare
Okay.
for
Fair
that.
enough.
Okay, understandable.
Another quick one there for Jamal. I saw this today. A 2-year contract, possible 2-year contract extension for Laka. You could get behind that.
Yeah, I'd take it because even if he's not gonna be starting games, we can still use him
Yeah.
in there to also help the new striker come in and gel.
2 years is too much for me, but if that's what, because I hear he rejected the 1 year.
Yeah, because he
But
probably
yeah,
wants.
because he's looking for the last,
Yeah,
Stability.
and
the last
he's
contract.
looking for a bit longer term security. He's
Mm.
over 30, right? Was he
Yeah.
32?
Yeah.
Isn't he like 32 or 33?
Yeah, somewhere there.
Yeah. So and honestly speaking, no, boss, Lacazette, despite not being what we hoped for him to be, Lacazette has been a good servant to the club from the time he's come in.
Yep.
For the most part. So honestly
Actually not.
speaking,
He's 30.
he's 30.
Yeah, 30.
Oh, so yeah, honestly speaking, bro, I wouldn't even be upset if Lacazette just stayed at the club and retired at Arsenal. I honestly wouldn't it wouldn't bother me. But we if we're going to be giving Lacazette a 2-year deal, I guess that's a clear sign that Abba is gone for sure.
I mean,
I'd like to believe so.
I
then
don't
also-
see a 2-year deal as a problem for Laka, especially because these old players nowadays, clubs don't tend to give them a
Mhm.
contract once they hit 30 or past it. But for me personally, certain players that we'll say old can do way
Mhm.
better than some of these younger players, and I would tend to take a gamble and give them these 2-year contracts and see what it is, especially like Laka since he's a club captain. To try and develop that leadership skill, and he can still come on and do what he wants to do, in certain
Yeah,
games.
but a lot of these young players are more talented, yes, but these older players have way higher football IQs. So, because it's one thing to
Yep.
have the talent, it's something completely different to come and do it on the field. So then, also, I guess if we're giving Lacazette a 2-year contract extension, I hope that means Eddie is gone. I hear Newcastle want him. Quite frankly, I'd pay his taxi. Honestly speaking, bro,
I will be
Eddie
the driver for that,
celebrates
I know for sure.
Yo, every time this man score, right? Excuse the rant. Every time this man score, this man does his celebration. If you need a goal, call me. Me call this man for the whole day Saturday and pay me call.
To be honest, when I think about Eddie, I used to say, yo, I'm afraid to let him go, and he turns into a phenom. Because the thing about Eddie Nketiah, the ball follows him. And he's usually in the box to get a chance. Like he did again yesterday. Like he did against Everton. He always gets a chance. But after that game yesterday, I said, you know what, Eddie, go ahead. If you turn into a phenom, we cut our losses.
Yeah, I saw your tweet. You said if he turns
our
into
losses.
okay with it. Yeah, I saw that.
Okay, I'm fine.
I don't think he will. I don't think he has that stature for the Premier League. And I've been saying that for a while. He's too
Right.
small. Look at for example, Vlahovic. Vlahovic is younger than Eddie, and he's banging in way more goals.
Yeah.
Right? So I just spend the money, just get rid of him.
Yo, I actually only learned that yesterday. That I wasn't even paying attention. It's yesterday I saw the tweet.
Yeah.
The comparison of Vlahovic to Eddie Nketiah, and I was like, wait, Eddie's older than this man. I was like, yo, what? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
He can
So,
play in the
yeah,
Champions
we've been talking about just
Sorry, dear boy,
on
but
Bla-
sorry, I
Uh-huh.
must get in. This is Munchie's really bantering here. But I think Gnabry
Right.
hasn't re-signed his contract yet at Bayern Munich. I would love for that kid to come back. Just saying. You can move on.
I know, but I would hamper Saka.
Mm-hmm.
Tall.
How?
All three of them are replaced. What is it?
I'll tell you what. Because of what Arteta's been saying, you can't always put the reliance on the youngsters. Smith.
That's true too.
I'd bring him. I'll bring back. What's his face over at Bayern? How is he out of contract in the summer?
That's what I heard.
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
I think so.
But one of the reporters was saying on Twitter there, that he has already signed a contract. They just haven't announced it. I don't know how true it is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right, go ahead, More. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. Um, yeah, Newcastle. We know they have the money to spend. They are looking to try and fight the survival and bring in these necessary key players, to keep them up. I'm seeing some of these names listed here that Newcastle could rival Ajax for Steven Bergwijn. They're looking to put in a 15 million bid to try and land him at Newcastle, and Newcastle is also looking at the 28-year-old Brazilian Diego Carlos from Sevilla to bolster that defensive issue
Okay.
that they have also, and
Yeah.
a 21-year-old defender, Seven Botman,
Yeah.
from Lille.
Family.
Um, y'all think these are good signings for them that will help them to finish? Let me rephrase it. We know it's not signing anyone and anybody, but it could hamper the team chemistry. So with the names listed here, y'all think it's good signings? If not, y'all could tell me if give one or two players where y'all think would fit them perfectly to help them stay up.
You can get Jamal.
One, I think they could use a Diego Costa up front. Diego Costa is a free agent at the moment,
Yeah.
Yeah.
just till the end of the season. Seven Botman would be a good one for them. I'm just not sure with how do they go about the signing like of these players, because they'd have to either sign them on a 6 month loan or put in a clause in the contract to say if we go down you can leave. But then that would be a total waste of money if you pay for the player. So that's a bit hard, and I think that's the situation that they're in which will hamper them in signing good players. Um, so I'm not even sure who else you can say give them to Newcastle. Because they already signed Trippier. I think they were linked to a couple other good players in the back line that they could have a very good back line by the end of the January window and make it through. But I just don't see it.
I mean, some of the other names are more listed there. Diego Carlos. I don't think he will go there. What I think the profile of players that Newcastle need, they need some leaders. I think Trippier was a good signing. That Bergvine, I think he's an upgrade on what they currently have. So I think that would work. But I see O'Neill is saying here, best them by Saar. He is young. He's young. I don't know if he's ready for that fight. Because yes, I can see once again, right, once they stay in the Premier League, they can buy some of these players. That would give them 5-6 years in the future. But I think they need some dogged defenders and some players like Jamal. I was saying this since last week, Jamal, that they really should get Diego Costa. I think you need that mold. Give me that mold of players from back to front. And I think they could stay up. But definitely,
I know what they need to stay up, no boss. I can tell y'all exactly what they need to stay up.
Chris Wood was also linked to them as well, right?
Let me tell you, I have the perfect sign.
Yeah,
Right?
too.
So
Go ahead, Joe.
they already have Trippier. Now they need a left back, right? Side Kolasinac. They need a centre back. Rob Holding. You check. Bro, trust me. They need a
He's been linked
striker.
to them. Holding's been linked.
Yeah, they need a striker. Aubameyang. Bro, listen.
Eddie. Somebody else can buy Abba.
No, they can get Eddie for free. I'm talking about money here. Abba don't prove himself. You check. So listen. This is what I can do. Right? It's for Abba, because remember nobody want Abba wages now. So you have to sweeten up the package. You check. So they can sell them Abba and they can send Eddie in a care package, buy one, and you get some surprise. You check.
Yeah, we don't even tell them Eddie come in.
Yeah, problem solved. When Abba pull up with the chain and go, Eddie jump out to the boy's suitcase.
Yeah, we like that story.
But wait there, Joe. When Aubameyang pull up to training, when 2 days after.
Oh boy!
Let's hope when he gets there, he doesn't have COVID.
Yeah, I'll take it to faith.
It's a long drive from London to Newcastle, so he might be a couple days late.
Yeah.
But I've been also hearing that Nathan Ake could be a very good shout to go to Newcastle. I know that AC Milan is linked to try and sign him. But there was reports that saying they don't think that he would go to Newcastle instantly. He would try to see out the remainder of the season with City and see what else he can win before he tries to win join back with Eddie Howe, because Eddie Howe and him used to be a poor man, and they
Yeah.
tried to rekindle whatever they had there to see he could help Newcastle.
You know what? Let me throw out a name. What about? I know this is probably an impossible one because Burnley's in the relegation zone as well with them. But Tarkovsky, I think he's an upgrade on what they have there, and he would be definitely be ready for the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
but
So,
personally, I
somebody.
think the players that Newcastle I think the players that Newcastle want is those grit and grind players, and players that are Premier League proven and how to fight out whatever gets thrown at them.
mm-hmm.
Like you see like Ashley Young that was there, like he could go and help them. Trippier already made that run. He's proven what he can do in the Premier League. So I just think it's those kind of players they would need rather than a bunch of like out quote unquote outsiders. You know, you see
Yeah,
Every,
true.
Jahil saying, yeah,
Newcastle,
imagine Tarkowski left toilet to go to a
Tyler.
next toilet.
Yeah, Newcastle's best thing is to get a lot of these older, experienced players that are willing to come and put them on like 1 year contracts and so on,
but
just to stay up, and then you do your big business once you stay up. Because yo,
but
just imagine you bring in all these players, right? Because remember now, you're convincing players to come and play for your team in a relegation scrap, which means you're going to be needing to give these players really expensive, really big wages. Now imagine doing all of that, signing all these people on long term contracts and still getting relegated. You then end up in the championship with these players.
Yeah, that's
what
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 happened to
I
Sunderland.
Yeah.
go ahead,
Um,
Jamal.
that's what happened to Sunderland. But that's what I was saying earlier. I think when you had just gone on mute or something, is that they'd have to sign him on loan or put a clause in the contract that said they can leave maybe for free at the end of the season if they go
Okay.
down.
Okay,
Um,
yeah,
and
smart.
then but they obviously disadvantage themselves if they buy the player.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't buy the player and then 6 months later say, okay, you can leave for free after you paid 20 something million for the player.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
What I'm struggling with is to understand where Newcastle, the style of play that Eddie Howe wants to implement, so he could find those kind of players. Because yes, I know, but when he was at Beaumont, he was like that. He wanted them to play football. He wanted them to, work the ball around, link the play together. I just don't know if you're in a relegation fight, if you need that, or you
You don't
just
have
need
time
to
for that.
score the first goal and then just try and defend.
Yeah.
With the right
Yeah.
players.
Uh,
Because I mean, score the first goal and try and defend. You end up like that game with when they play against United.
Mm-hmm.
United were off form in that day. So imagine if they hit somebody on form. That's you score the first goal and you can hang on for dear life, but then 2 late goals and that's it. Everything's undone. Whole 80 minutes of work.
Yeah, true.
So like they say, attack is the best form of defense, but you just have to. I think your players just need to be up for it. And like you say, you just need to sign experienced players to just be up for it.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
so I'm looking at Tottenham Women's right here. Players looking to go to the exit. They say that Deli Ali and Matt Doherty could be looking to see the exit door because they're not really, Conte's not really a fan of them. And we have seen since, especially Doherty, since he made that move to Tottenham, he hasn't been really living up to what we expect him to be. Hardly getting into the team. Emerson came in and been playing majority of the games above him. What do y'all think about these players? Deli Ali still young. Can he manage to resurrect his career? Also, Doherty.
At another club or at Newcastle?
Any club that's willing to buy those two players.
I don't know if
Um,
Dele Alli can come back. You said Dele Alli's young. How old is he? 20, 28?
7, yeah, 27, 28.
20,
Yeah, that's a bit. No, he's 25. All right, he's still young.
He's not
What?
Yeah,
25.
25.
Yeah.
25.
Deli
Maybe
Ali is
better than the season
25?
early.
Yeah,
Bro.
he's turning 26 in April this year.
Yo, I guess it's the
Yeah.
locks make this man look so old.
But what's Deli Ali? What is Deli Ali's best position? I think that's what he is struggling with too, not knowing where he wants to play and
Yo,
where
I
he's
think
best.
Deli Ali is a box to box.
But not a deep one though. I don't think he's a deep line.
Yeah, I would
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
But you see,
Yo, I didn't even know boss.
he don't have. I don't
I
think
don't
he has the guile to be a number 10
Mm-hmm.
See, that's
and the finishing. I don't think he has it to be a number 10.
that's
I don't
the
think he has the discipline to be an 8 either. Go ahead,
I'll
Jamal.
tell you what. He's got the gal to be a number 10 for a mid-table team
Oh,
whose
yeah.
ambition is to come mid-table every season. He could turn
Yeah.
out there. Both him
right.
and Lingard have that same type of mold where
I can see
you know
that.
where there's not too much pressure on them to make Champions League.
Right.
You know, you're not going to get relegated this season because your team will score enough goals. So you can pass by in some games, but then you know you have your moments of brilliance in some other games.
So like a Brighton also would be a good fit for him.
Yeah, somewhere where
Yeah?
you come mid-table constantly, or even not even Villa, because Villa challenging more. Villa look more aggressive this
Yeah,
season.
guys.
Yeah.
Villa would be
So
above
best stay in top now.
Yeah. Well, well,
They haven't win anything. They don't know about
Yeah,
challenging.
but
I'm
I
just bad.
still think
I'm
they
just
would
bad.
be above his level because they're challenging with top 4, top 6. Whereas,
Yeah, I'm just bad. I understand you, bro.
yeah,
That's fair. That's fair.
Say Ali is a Lingard of Spurs.
yeah, both of them are the same type of position.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
Jamal.
so wait. Let me just something in a quick more. This is for
Go
all y'all.
ahead.
Based on the comparisons y'all just made, right? I'm gonna put y'all on the spot. Who better? Ali or Lingard? I say Jay Lings is better, personally.
Yes,
Okay,
I
if
have to agree
I
with
have
the
to choose
Lingard.
between the two, and I have to
I
take
agree
one,
with you.
I'm taking Lingard.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah,
Okay, all right, just checking.
not just because Dele Alli played for
Yeah,
Tottenham.
sure.
but Lingard is better.
Yeah, facts. But because you can
The man say Nottingham have you on the edge tonight, and where all the aggression going.
I don't find I'm aggressive tonight. I find I'm very calm, especially
But
when Joe was going off on Granit Xhaka. I thought that was very calm.
but we all know, despite whether a win, lose or draw, Shaq is the Kanti of Island fans. You know, he's always on here smiling. You know, you never really see a sad Shaq. You know, he's always a happy Kanti that all the fans love. You know, and they want to see every time. You know, just
No,
let's just touch on let's just touch on two more. At Tottenham, we're sticking with Tottenham still, and Dombele. Couple teams one up for grab. I see Barcelona is also looking at him. Couple Premier League clubs. He's struggling. He's struggling to get to do in that Tottenham squad. I personally I'm a big fan of Ndombele. You know, his work ethic on the bar. He's so composed. You know, let me jump to Jamal. I think Jamal, like, he's has a little disagree of down there. What's going on there, Jamal?
Did you just say Barcelona is in for Ndombele?
Barcelona in for everybody at the moment, as far as I see. We don't know where the money is coming from.
Yeah, that's the thing, and then they
Well,
can't register them.
Yeah, but I see something the other day where the president come out talking about Barcelona is back. We're challenging everybody for top name players, and they're talking about signing Haaland in the summer.
Oh yeah, he said
Yeah.
he gave that big phrase. He was like, "Be excited." Barcelona are back. I was like, what? and then they signed Ferran Torres and couldn't register him. I'm like, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to Ndombele. I don't even think he's a great athlete, to be honest.
That's what he's trying. Yeah.
He's
Okay.
very lazy. I know you said he's great on the ball, but he's one of those players where if you have the ball, he is great. If you don't have the ball, he's not worth it for the team.
Liability.
You're playing
Mhm.
with 10 men at that point.
Yeah.
Um, and then if you go up against teams who have the ball for majority of the game, then he's done by 60 minutes. So um I'll come to Akani's comment just now, but I don't think Ndombele would be a perfect fit for a mid-table team. You
Mhm.
know, who just scrap here and there. Don't expect too much of him, and he'll shine. He'll have his moments of brilliance, and you'll be like, "Wow, Ndombele did this weekend." But then when he gives away a pass or he's lazy to do something, you'll be like, "Ah, it's just Ndombele. It's just the mid-table
If
team."
Yeah,
if
but
one if
crazy
one
enough, I hear that Roma is interested in him, which was very
if
shocking to me
Jose,
that Jose wants him.
Didn't they have a whole
He
bust
played.
up?
He played a lot down in
yeah,
Yeah,
Saudi
they did.
League.
They did. But then what I heard was I was hearing that apparently despite the bust up from what I've heard, I heard that despite the bust up that Jose is actually very fond of him.
Hmm.
okay.
So
Look, he
I
has
don't
quality on the bar, like Moy said.
yeah, but
He's a
then like
quality. I
Jamal
think he
said,
has real
as
quality
a
on the
as
bar.
an athlete and so on, he very lazy.
Yeah.
You check.
So I don't
Then
know.
but
I don't
then
know.
Dembele is one of them players that think that look, just okay, well from the outside looking in, he comes off as one of those players that hey, I'm talented and that's enough. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
I mean, you still need to do the hard work. You know,
Okay,
Yeah,
back.
that's. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead, Jamal. Just
this
answer the
comment.
comment.
I think what happened here was that they gave Umtiti a contract extension because he wasn't going to leave, but lowered his wages, which allowed them to register Ferran
Yeah.
register
Torres.
for run. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was confirmed today. Yeah.
yeah. So that's what happened. So in the contract extension, they lowered his wages, which worked the. I don't know if you play FIFA in like career mode, how you can shift the transfer budget to increase the
Yeah.
wage budget.
Increase the
That's what
wage
they did.
budget. Yeah.
That's what they did basically.
So Barcelona has a lot of that to do when it comes to signing players recently.
Yeah,
You know,
if they pull this off, it will be
go
one
ahead.
of the if they pull this off, it will be one of the greatest management stories of this decade, you could
Facts.
say.
Facts. But
Xavi,
Not
I
even
hear they
Xavi,
don't
Xavi.
want Memphis.
Xavi to the rescue.
I hear they
I'd,
actually
I'd
want
actually,
Memphis to buy out.
if we don't give Lacazette that contract extension, I'd take Memphis, to be honest.
You would?
Yeah, I would.
I would too.
Okay, that's surprising.
I
Yo,
would.
crazy enough, right? I was going to bring that up the last show, and it's like, boy, the man gonna laugh after me, so I didn't say anything.
Top grade, man. Top grade. I would say Memphis. I like him.
Yeah, I
I like.
like
I
him.
like.
So
I like
so
how he played.
mhm.
I was
Y'all
going to
hear me?
make a. I was going to make a joke there about Munchie. Like Jamal was saying that he's not a good athlete and that he would be only suited to a mid-table team. Munchie would say, oh, he can come City because if he comes City, no, we don't have a good team. He can just slot in it because everybody can come
Yeah,
City.
Facts.
we won't be prolonging that conversation because we know how that's going to end up, you know. Yeah, Akani saying here on the back of one of the worst management stories of the decade, and he's
Yeah, so
laughing here.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It'll be a great fall and then a rise.
and then the rise, yeah,
Yeah.
like immediately. That'd
Yeah.
be crazy.
Yeah, Depay doesn't seem like to be a fan favorite since he arrived at Barcelona at all. I see that the Luke De Jong memes have been going around. I think he scored and over the weekend and he got subbed
Yeah,
off and they
he
were
was
saying
playing past
that's why
me.
they
Yeah.
drew the game. That's why Barcelona drew the game. So Luke De Jong is the savior of Barcelona. But last one that I have, I left the big one for last. Steven Gerrard, also known as the Gerrard pull. He's just landed Coutinho on a loan for the rest of the season to Aston Villa, and they also been looking at Luca Digne. Two very good signings. We know what Coutinho is capable of on a very good day. Luca Digne falls out of favor at Everton and with Rafa Benitez. Um, what do y'all see? Aston Villa performing for the remainder of the season with this Coutinho loan signing? Sure.
Well, if yeah, it's potentially on paper it looks good. It looks good. I mean, yeah, you said the Gerrard pull, but I don't think the Coutinho. I think Coutinho was desperate to just play football, desperate for somebody to want him again. So coming back, he has a statement to make. He has a chip on his shoulder, and it could definitely work. I'm what my question would be though is where does he play? Unless you're gonna interchange him and Buendia. I don't think I don't think he just slots right in because even that young lad there, Jacob Ramsey, he's been playing very well.
True.
I've always said that Aston Villa is one of my favorite teams to watch outside of Arsenal. I like the profile of players that they do have. Upgrade on the left back, that's good. And Coutinho, that could definitely. Where are they now though? Anybody know off the top of their head?
Ooh, Villa.
Villa,
Um,
13th? Yeah, in the top 10.
you know,
Villa
made top
are
10.
currently in 13th.
13th, yeah.
13.
Yeah.
They have games in hand or they level?
Basically level. They played 19.
Yeah. And they have 22 points, with
Okay.
Brentford above them by 1 point. And also Crystal Palace above them by 1 point.
I'd tip either they will come top table in the top half of the table. I would say that.
I would like to believe so, because with those additions, yeah, I think so.
And I don't think they're done there.
No, you think they could bring anybody else? I think, honestly speaking, with that Coutinho, and then they have a buy option in Coutinho's loan contract apparently, and then if they get Luca Digne, remember they have Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey is a decent baller.
Oh,
He just injury prone. I mean, they have a very decent squad. Honestly speaking, on paper they have a very decent squad. So it's just a matter of going out there and getting the results. So yeah, I think they'll come on the top half of the table for sure.
I think personally for me, I would, if Aston Villa managed to land these signings, I would put them in the same category as Everton at the moment, where we expect, on paper, they have a very good team and we expect them to do good. But we just hope they're not the Everton that, everyone get their expectations high every single season for them to do good. But up to now, they don't fall through, you know. So I don't know if you all agree with that one because these signings could be very good for them.
I mean, we gotta wait and see.
Yeah, but I think stability in the manager as well.
Yeah.
If they can hold on to if Steven Gerrard can produce what he did with Rangers, he's not going to produce what he did with Rangers, but if he can,
Yeah,
produce a fraction
I
of
mean,
what he did
there's
with
only one
Rangers,
Arsenal in the Premier League, bro. Like, come on, take it easy.
if he can produce a fraction of what he did, I think it'll be good enough for a constant top table finish and then challenge for Europe, but Conference League position in 2 years maybe.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
so
To see how that goes.
so we
the
see how that
verdict,
goes.
fellas. The verdict.
Uh-huh.
Coutinho, before he even plays, I'm gonna ask y'all. Boss or no? What y'all think is going to happen?
You remember Dennis Suarez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
Jamal.
Jamal, that's
No,
cool.
bro.
No. That's cool.
No,
Yo,
bro.
that one tough.
I feel like that's gonna happen. I do feel
Dennis Suarez was like Kim Kallstrom for Arsenal, you know.
Oh my
Nah.
days.
Okay, you know what's my fear? You know what's my fair assessment of Coutinho? I think he comes into the Aston Villa squad. He has a couple run of good games, as you would probably expect, and we would like to see. And then there's a drop. That's what I think.
I think Aston Villa plays the way he wants to play. Free flowing, up and down. I mean, I don't know if he's still able to play that way. I'm
That's
thinking
what-
about Liverpool. Liverpool's
That's
Coutinho.
the issue.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be able to keep up with the pace now as well. 'Cause he's been out in
And,
Germany and
then injuries too.
then
Yeah.
in Spain where it's not really that fast.
To answer your question, Joe.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Jamal, what would be a hit? I mean, because he has like what 19 games to play. So what would you say would be a hit for because I'm looking at, I think he can get in 19 games, I'd say he'll get 3 goals, 5 assists.
Okay. I would say a hit would be 5 goals, 5 assists.
Yeah, 10 goal contributions. I was just about to say that. For me,
Okay,
minimum
all right, let's
10
get that
goal
back.
contribution.
Okay,
Honestly
Alright,
speaking, I actually don't think he's going to be a boss.
I don't.
Because I feel like Coutinho, in a sense, has also felt like he's been trapped at Barcelona for a while. So I feel like he's just wanted to play football for so long and he just couldn't get out. And then plus with the wages he had, nobody was gonna pick him up with those wages. He went to Bayern, scored on them, assist goal on them, knocked them out the Champions League, you know. All these things. I mean, I feel like, and even at Bayern, he wasn't getting that much game time, but when he did play, he wasn't terrible. There were still little glimpses to show that, there was still a little bit of that Coutinho in him. My main thing is what Jamal said, is if he can come back in and readjust to the pace of the Premier League. But then also, I think players like Ollie Watkins and so on that like to run in behind will benefit from having a Coutinho in the midfield.
Yeah, fair enough. So we're setting that bar for Coutinho.
Plus, they have somebody that can score free kicks and can hit the ball from outside now. So,
along with McGinn, they'll be a good team. They'll be a good team.
Solid. They have a solid midfield. But yeah, fellas. Just before we end this, we call it tonight. On the next episode of Island Fans, African Cup of Nations started. Just tell me your favorites to win the cup. What are y'all saying? We are going with. I'll start with Jamal.
That's a good question.
That's an enormous question.
Hold on, give me 1 second. Let me just look at maybe.
I mean, while Jamal looks, my money is on, if I was a betting man, my money would be on Algeria and Algeria and Nigeria.
Yeah.
Algeria and Nigeria. I'm looking at those 2 teams.
You got to put that in there.
If I was, not only, if only. So I'm looking at those 2 teams more. Ghana lost today.
Yep.
Senegal won today. I don't think Ismail Sarr played today though. So Algeria, Nigeria. I'm looking at those 2 teams.
You have to put Egypt in there as well.
Yeah.
Because Egypt.
Of course, with the goal, Mohamed El Neni.
No, yeah, but But I do think that Egypt have one of the strongest squads in the tournament. Not just the Salah, but there's other players that they have.
Okay.
Like
but I mean, I don't think you can count out Ivory Coast, can you?
No, you can't count Ivory Coast.
You can't count Ivory Coast, yeah.
Ivory Coast
but then also, I feel
They
like
have
you can put.
Pepe
I feel like you can put Senegal in the mix because anything can happen.
That's what I was asking you guys today. If you are watching the AFCON, because I'm looking at that. Even Mane, they look so leggy, and I don't know if it's because he's not playing with, the quality of Liverpool. The movement just seems slow. It just seemed off. I don't know, man.
Shock is one thing for Mane to come in the Premier League as an African and outrun everybody. Is the next thing to go and play AFCON with all the players that are capable to run as much as you and as fast as you.
That's true.
Yeah, that's facts. But everybody looks slow. Tell me, everybody fast from Africa.
Everybody fast.
I was thinking, can you guys think of, just maybe off the top of your head, currently or maybe previously, of a black or player from an African country. Center attacking midfielder that's technically gifted.
Technically gifted.
Yeah. So maybe like a De Bruyne. You know, maybe not.
Honestly, no.
Would you put Yaya Toure fit that technically gifted?
Ooh, okay.
Are you talking about? Oh, I thought you were talking about currently.
No, currently or in the past. There's only a handful I can think of in the past, but currently.
Yeah, to be honest, it would probably be if we're talking about anybody, it would probably for me it would be Yaya Toure, because it's not something I can just think of off the top of my head and say, hey, this person.
Because most of them
just had crazy work rate.
Yeah,
I think Ivory Coast had this one playing behind Drogba, you know. Or maybe I'm thinking of Gervinho. Yeah, but just only Yaya on the top of my head. But Jamal, on the spin side of that, I'm sure you can think of CDMs.
Yeah,
because I think
there's a bunch of them.
NDD,
as well.
Yeah.
SCA is good too.
Yeah, man, like SCA and also, but them man really.
SCA.
Yeah. My boy.
They said most of the France team too, but that's another conversation.
That's the conversation for another day.
Yeah, to be honest. Yo, but then here's what. Yo, sidebar. Y'all saw that Chiesa tore his Achilles?
What?
When? Oh,
Chiesa tore his Achilles.
Yes.
When?
Oh yeah.
Yesterday in the game.
Yo, when I saw it, I was like, oh, come on.
I was supposed to ask y'all in the group, that I would take him as our number 9 for Arsenal. Would definitely do, because he was playing. Jamal, I see you, but Jamal, he can do it.
No. He's good, but I was just saying not anymore. If it's a torn Achilles.
Torn ACL.
Oh, no. Yeah, before.
Achilles or ACL? Achilles or ACL?
I think it's ACL.
It was ACL. Yeah, ACL. I saw it today.
Run a quick search, no?
I retweeted it.
Because he scored in that game before they played Roma. I can't remember who it was, but he
he did.
Needed to win that game to keep Inter off the top. Like, yeah.
I mean, I like him. I like Chiesa. And I watched him for Italy in the Euros. He was good. I think he has that work rate. And that's what I was telling y'all the other day. Maybe we don't need that number 9 like Vlahovic. I feel like he's not what we want. Or even a Haaland. Even though Haaland is really quick around the ground.
Yeah.
Cruciate ligament injury for Federico Chiesa. Goodbye to the season.
Yeah. That's
sad, because that guy is a baller plus tax. Oh man.
And you see with the ACL, that's going when he does come back, that's gonna mess with his how explosive he is off the pace.
Yep. And that's a big part of his game. You check.
Yeah, that's facts. Well, yeah, fellas, we talked about a lot tonight. We covered the FA Cup fixtures. We covered some transfers, some AFCON, Chiesa ACL injury. So we'll be back once again on Thursday. Don't forget, everybody make sure they come back, on the next Island Fans. Thanks the fans for coming through tonight. Thanks to Shaq, Joe, Jamal, for being here again tonight. We keep doing our stuff each and every time. Everyone don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe. And good night from the Island Fans group.
Thank you for watching Island Fans. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you'll know when there are new videos and updates. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and like us on Facebook. Island Fans, for the passion of the game.